Hi, one best favorite videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are previewing Week 17 in the NFL. We're talking right now with Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com, who covers everything I ask him to cover. Interesting analysis always, and winning picks. New England and Miami. Joe Duffy is the game we're going to cover right now. Miami, 10 or 10.5 point home dog. The total's 47. The Greek is hanging 47.5. Miami, a complete disaster. I think everyone knows that by now. We don't have to get into it. 6 straight ATS losses for Miami, and the Pats, they're looking ahead to the playoffs, banged up all over the field. A huge favorite here. I don't know what I think about the spread. I do have a pretty strong lean to the under. It's a little bit concerning that the Greek has 47.5, but I think I might be loving the under 47 here. You know the Pats are going to play a conservative game plan to protect Brady so that he doesn't get banged, to protect the whole team, basically. And you know Miami is just hoping to get the season over with as soon as possible. Under 47, Joe Duffy, what do you think?
I certainly would not disagree with that. I would agree with you when you say that this is an interesting game. It's kind of tough because, first of all, prohibitive underdogs generally do very well in the NFL. Home underdogs of 9.5 or more are 101, 74, and 4. That's 57.7. And remember, there's a 6-point difference basically between what the spread would be at home and on the road because home field advantage is worth 3 points. So the equivalent of that would be a road underdog of 15.5 or more, and those teams are 41 and 32. So essentially, the prohibitive underdog in the NFL is a 57% play, and that goes back to 1980, our database does. So that's why it makes me a little nervous to go with New England. But then conversely, it's been my observation, and more so in about the last dozen years or so, where teams maybe in Week 17 do kind of roll over a little bit, teams that have had years, much like Miami, which has been a very disappointing year. New England, with Bill Belichick, I wouldn't guarantee that he plays a conservative. He has shown in the past he kind of likes that momentum. It's also one last chance for Tom Brady to kind of stick it to the NFL, although obviously a lot more statements can be made in the NFL playoffs that can be made in Week 17 against the Miami Dolphins. But the Dolphins are pretty vulnerable here. Remember I said, look, I went with the Dolphins after they fired Joe Philbin. They won and covered both games, but excluding those 2 spike games that I like to call them, they got a little bit of a spike after the firing. They're actually 3-10 straight up and 2-11 against the spread, and they're just a really bad team. So I can make an argument for Miami only in that traditionally big underdogs do well in the NFL. I can kind of make an argument for New England, but also Belichick, he never really likes to show his hand. You could be right that he could empty the bench early, but with him, you just never know. So I think since you're loving the under, I'm going to let you go with the official pick here.
Yeah, I just feel like as thin and banged up as the Pats are all over the field, like almost every position, I just, can't, especially if they get a big lead. They're not going to go all out and be playing 100%. They're just going to say, let's just get the game over with. And I feel like Miami will, probably roughly have that kind of attitude as well. All right. It's going to be a pass for Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com. I'm on the under. I'm going to take under 47. Joe Duffy, tell us about your website, OffshoreInsiders.com.
Well, Peter, I understand that when you do karaoke, you're a famous karaoke singer there in San Jose, Costa Rica. You like to sing, yes. That Jennifer Warren song, you love Where We Belong or whatever. Well, we're back where we belong.
Way up where we belong. Yeah, I love that one.
Well, maybe you could sing Joe Duffy's picks as back where he belongs. 9-1, our last 10 football wise guy plays as we file this report, and that'll be entering New Year's Eve because we don't have any, tonight. So entering New Year's Eve, we're 9-1, our last 10 football wise guy plays. Football, whether it's college football, whether it's NFL, depending on which day you're going to watch it, it's tough to keep track of which day is which, but just visit OffshoreInsiders.com to see more winners, www.offshoreinsiders.com.
All right, sounds great. Excellent end to the video there, Joe Duffy. Excellent job.